Good morning, students. Welcome to the next topic of the tissues. In the last video, we studied about the general structure of what is tissue and the classification of tissue as plant tissue and animal tissue. We also studied that plant tissue has been divided into meristematic and the permanent tissue and the difference between them. In today's video, we are going to study the different types of permanent tissues. So, permanent tissues are classified as simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. As we all know, meristematic cells are dividing cells, so they have not been further categorized. But once these meristematic cells mature, they take up different shape and size to perform different functions. So depending on the function, functions they perform, they have been categorized into different types. So when we talk about simple tissue, the main function of permanent tissue is protection, support and conduction. The function of permanent tissue is protection, support and conduction. So simple tissues, when we divide, we have based on the function, one is for being protective in function and other is for being supportive in function. So based on functions, we have simple permanent tissue for protection and for support, and conduction belongs to complex permanent tissue. So complex permanent tissue carries out the process of conduction of water, food and minerals. Now coming to protective type, the type of permanent tissue that provides protection. They are of two types. Epidermis and cork. Epidermis and cork. These are the types of simple permanent tissue, because simple permanent tissue, all the cells look alike. Whatever is the structure, all the structure of the cells look alike. So, protective in function, we have epidermis and cork. These two type of tissues provide protection to the cell. Now, what is an epidermis? Epidermis is a single layer of cells Epidermis is a single layer of cells. It covers the entire plant body. Just like our skin covers our body, epidermis covers the entire plant body. So it is the outermost covering of the plant body, being protective in nature. In certain cases, like in extreme conditions, in extreme weather condition, in order to prevent loss of water from the plant body, it secretes a waxy coating present around the epidermis, just above the epidermis. This is your epidermis. So, this waxy coating is known as cuticle. This waxy coating is known as cuticle, and this single layer of cell is known as epidermis. So they provide protection to plants by covering the external part of the plant. But as the plants mature and cells become very rigid, dead, so now another type of tissue called cork cells, also known as cambium. Another type of tissue called cork cells, also known as cambium, it develops just below the bark of the tree. We have seen cracks on the big huge trees. On the bark of the tree there are cracks and the small pieces that can be easily detachable. So just below that this layer of cork develops. Suppose this is your plant. So in the upper part, means in the initial stages, when the shoot is very young and green, epidermis provides the protection, and as the plants mature, you have cambium or the cork that provides protection. So epidermis provide protection in the initial stages during the primary growth, when the plant has not grown to more than 1 year. Means generally under 1 year the plant have epidermis as protective layer. But as the plants mature, as the plants become woody, they lose their green structure. As the plants become woody, now what happened? Secondary growth takes place and you have cambium protecting them. So this cambium provides protection to the entire bark of the tree. Coming to the tissues that provide support, they are of 3 types. They are parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. These 3 tissues also provide support to the plant. Now what are these cells? When I talk about parenchyma, out of the 3 cells, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, parenchyma and collenchyma are living cells, whereas sclerenchyma is a dead cell. They are made up of dead cells. So parenchyma are living tissues of same structure and origin, thin-walled, having lot of intercellular spaces. And they have large vacuoles. Parenchyma has large vacuoles. Now what is the function of this vacuole? The main function is to store food. Parenchyma provides initial support when the new sprouts just bud up. What happens? This parenchyma cells are present. Means this parenchyma is present in each and every part of the plant. In the root, stem, flower, fruits, leaves. In the leaves, mesophyll cells are present. So those mesophyll cells are also made up of parenchyma cells and they contain chloroplast. So such cells are known as chlorenchyma. Those cells are known as chlorenchyma. So parenchyma is present throughout the plant body, forming the ground tissue. They are present in the pith. So all this parenchyma forms a bulk of the plant. They have large nucleus and provide support to them. Apart from providing support, in some of the plants it stores food, like in potatoes. Parenchyma stores food. The food is stored in the vacuole. Not only this, the waste produced by the plant is also stored in parenchyma cells. In the vacuole of the parenchyma cells, like your resins, tannins, all these gums, all these are stored in the parenchyma cells. So parenchyma is both supportive as well as act as a storage organ. Now what are the parts? You can see they are thin-walled. They have large intercellular spaces. So you can see these are intercellular spaces. They have prominent nucleus and large vacuoles. So this is the structure of your parenchyma cells. Now coming to collenchyma. Parenchyma cells are thick walled. No intercellular space is present. So when you are drawing parenchyma, be careful. No intercellular space should be present. They are thick walled. They also have a nucleus and vacuoles. They also have a nucleus and vacuoles. These are parenchyma cells. So no intercellular spaces. This is your vacuole. This is your nucleus and thick walled. You can see some deposition is there, and as a result the cells become thick walled. This is a living cell and provides mechanical support and elasticity to the plant. Like when the strong breeze blows, you can see plants or twigs or stems bending down. But do they break? No. Why? Because of the support provided by the parenchyma cells. The support provided by the parenchyma cells. Last is your sclerenchyma. Last is your sclerenchyma. They are made up of dead cells. So no protoplasm is present, no nucleus is present, and they are of two types. Fibers and scleres. They are of two types, fibers and scleres. You might have seen the fibers obtained from hemp and linen plants for making ropes, clothes and all, jute bags and all. So what are they? They are nothing but the dead sclerenchyma cells. So how do they look like? So sclerenchyma fibers. When we talk about sclerenchyma fibers, they are elongated cells. They are elongated cells with thick lignified walls. The cell walls are lignified. The cell wall has deposition of lignin. So they are very thick and they are present around the vascular bundles. So these ropes, these fibers are used for making jute bags, ropes and all. Next type of sclerenchyma is your scleres. Scleres. These are also thick walled. These are also thick walled due to the deposition of lignin. They are also dead cells. Now where are they present? They are present in the pith region. They are present in the shells. You have seen walnuts and almonds. When you break the shells, those shells are also made up of dead sclerenchyma cells known as scleres. And sometimes when you eat pears and all, you have gritty appearance, like somewhat rough. When you eat, it's very rough. It's not smooth. The pulp is not very smooth. That grittiness is also due to scleres. Scleres are also known as grit. Scleres are also known as grit. So they are present in the shells, cells of seeds and all, and they are also called as stone cells. They are known by either grit or stone cells. This is all about your classification of simple permanent tissue. Now let's see what are complex tissues. They are of two types, xylem and phloem. They are of two types, xylem and phloem. Now, what is the difference between simple and complex? In simple permanent tissue, all the cells look alike. Whereas in complex permanent tissue, you will have number of tissues combined together. Means all those types of tissues that we are going to study under xylem all have their separate shape and size. You can see here parenchyma, all the cells look similar. Collenchyma, here also they look similar. If sclerenchyma is in the fiber form, they also look similar, and sclerites also have a similar look. But in phloem and xylem, now you will see they are made up of group of tissues. That is why they are known as complex permanent tissue, and their function is conduction of food, water and minerals to different parts of the plant. So let's do that in detail. Now coming to xylem vessels, xylem and phloem. As earlier said, xylem and phloem constitute a vascular bundle and they are made up of different types of cells. So what are those different types of cells? Let's see. They are made up of 5 types of cells. First is your xylem parenchyma. Xylem tracheates. Xylem vessels and xylem fibers. So xylem parenchyma, xylem tracheates, xylem vessels and xylem fibers. Out of all this, except xylem parenchyma is made up of living cells, living parenchyma cells, and xylem tracheates, vessels and fibers, they are made up of dead sclerenchymatous cells. Same way phloem also, they are also made up of parenchymatous and sclerenchymatous cells. Since they are made up of group of different types of tissues, they are called as complex tissue. The main function of xylem is to conduct water and minerals from roots to different parts of the plant. And the function of phloem is to conduct food from leaves to different parts of the plants. Now out of these 4 types, xylem parenchyma is a living cell and the function is storage. Xylem tracheates and xylem vessels are the main vessels that conduct water. Xylem tracheates are spindle shaped, tapering at both the ends, highly lignified. They are highly lignified cells except for the pores. These are known as pits. This is just like a pore which is present and help in conduction of water. And the shape of the cell is spindle shape. Coming to vessels. Vessels are arranged available in different shape and size. The spiral shape that you see is nothing but the lignification to make it strong. And vessels are cylindrical tubes placed one above other. They are cylindrical tubes placed one above another, just like your water pipeline to conduct water. So these vessels collect water from the roots and conduct it to different parts of the plant. Coming to xylem fibers, they are also made up of dead sclerenchyma cells and supportive in function. They provide mechanical support to the plants. In general, xylem, after the plant dies out, this xylem is known as wood. The actual wood what we see is nothing but the xylem vessels. Coming to phloem, phloem are also made up of different types of cells. Phloem parenchyma, companion cells, tubes and seed plates. So phloem parenchyma, companion cells, seed tube and seed plates. All these four types of tissues work together and help in translocation of food. Just like xylem parenchyma, phloem parenchyma also helps in storage. They store fats, starch, oil, all that is stored in the parenchymatous cells. Coming to companion cells, these are associative cells present along the seed tubes. Now what are seed tubes? The seed tubes are again cylindrical elongated tubes, just like xylem vessels. These are also cylindrical elongated tubes placed one above another. But the difference between xylem vessels and seed tube is they are separated by seed plates. These are known as seed plates. And this is your seed tube. So seed tube are elongated cylindrical tubes separated by seed plates. Now these seed plates are perforated. There are perforations. So perforation means they are small holes like in your sieve. Sieve is chhanni type. So what happens? This sieves or sieve plates help in proper conduction of food. The food does not directly fall downstairs, but with this help of sieve plate, with the help of sieve plates, they can be evenly distributed throughout the plant body. Along the sides of your seed plates are companion cells. Companion cells are living cells. Companion cells are living cells. Since they have to conduct food, so vacuoles are very big. And alongside the companion cells, we have parenchyma cells. Parenchyma, phloem parenchyma, again storage in function. It helps to store food. So in this manner, you have companion cells and phloem parenchyma cells arranged around or adjacent to the seed tubes. Phloem parenchyma and companion cells are present adjacent to seed tubes on both the sides. So in order, they also provide support to the seed tube as well as they help in conduction of food. So this is all about your xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem are generally present together. They are present together as vascular bundles which appear to be the veins in the leaves, and same way they are present in stems and roots also. We have one more type, phloem fibers. Phloem fibers are also made up of parenchymatous tissue and they provide mechanical support to the plant. This is all about your complex permanent tissue. In the next video, we will study about animal tissue. Thank you. Goodbye.